Hey, it's Thom Swain here with Set Realty Group with this week's Power Up, or Phrase of the Week in real estate. This week I want to talk about ARMs, or adjustable rate mortgages. This doesn't have to be a four-letter word. In fact, it's something that you need to know more about if you're considering buying a home. We haven't really talked about ARMs in the last couple of years, partly because interest rates were so low for the conventional fixed loans that typically last for 30 years. So the reason we're now talking about ARMs is it's a much shorter period where a rate is locked in. The thing that's really interesting about ARMs right now is that those rates tend to be a little less than the conventional rates. So what that means for you is you can lock in a lower rate, but it's for a shorter amount of time. The interesting part is how long is that time that you're locking in? And that's up to you. There are 1 year, 2 year, 3 year ARMs. There's a 5-year ARM, even a 7-year ARM. So I want to talk a little bit about the 7-year ARM, because right now, what everybody's asking me is, what's going to happen with the interest rates? Truth is, I don't know. But I do know that they're constantly changing. They will go up and they will go down. When and what they're going to do exactly, nobody knows until it's happened. So when you have a product such as the adjustable rate mortgage, where you're locked in for, say, 7 years, and you have that slightly lower rate, it gives you the option to wait out that period. So what's going to happen in 7 years? Well, almost certainly rates will drop. And if those rates drop to a point that is convenient and works for your lifestyle, then it might be time to refinance and lock in at that lower rate, either with another 7-year or shorter ARM or a conventional rate. The thing to consider about the length of time for an ARM is your lifestyle. If you're in college and you're working on your doctorate and you're going to be moving across the country in 2 years, it might not make sense to lock in with a 7-year ARM. Maybe you want a 2-year ARM. If you're just starting a family and you know that you're going to be outgrowing the space that you have in 5 to 7 years, that 7-year ARM might make a lot more sense. If you're an older individual and you're buying the last home that you ever intend to own, and you have a ton of equity in your current home, you may as well go with the 30-year fixed, because the amount of equity that you're going to put in will give you a great rate anyway, and then you have the luxury of waiting it out still for the lower rates to come. So what's the right choice for you? Well, that really depends on your situation, and that's why we should have a conversation about what it is you're looking to do, how long you think you're going to be in the new home that you're looking for, and specifically, what is the payment that you're comfortable with? We can talk about all of that, including add-on features such as points. I'll talk more about that in part 2, but for now, that's been this week's Power Up with Thom Swain.